I mean, I think it's for exercisers and non-exercisers. I mean, obviously that means everybody. But what we saw working with professional athletes and high performers is that those people maybe got like 3 or 5 out of the 10 vital signs.
They had some blind spots.
They had some things going for them. That's still quite a few blind spots. And then, the other population are sort of this avatar of the person who cares about their health, but is really time crunched in their life, or at least perceives themselves to be time crunched and feels fire hosed and overwhelmed by information from the fitness business and isn't sure which way is up. It is for people who care about their health. I mean, this book was not written for the diehard couch potato.
We can't move you.
Yeah, we don't know how to reach into that audience. But for people who care about their health, who are sort of interested, curious about longevity, who want to feel better in their bodies,
and for those people, we want to prove that the last decade, particularly in sports and science. And sports science and performance actually mattered.
Yeah, all this hacking we've been doing on ourselves, we wanted to say, hey, we've actually learned some things that we can translate to other people.
How are we helping people identify, what is successful? How do you win health? I think it's a good question, right? Because that's how we're playing this game. You're just going to win. You win fitness. And that's how we've kind of presented it. 3 tips. You took your shirt off. You had the bro, all your, the thirst trap, and then you just retire and you walk away, So I think, things should be tracking in your blood panel. You should be feeling better. You should be able to do the things you want to do. And these objective measurements in the book really do give you ways to have clear lines of above and below. And they're pretty reasonable, but I think that's really the question is, how do we know what's working? Well, we have established some benchmarks for you, but also what's important to you. And are you better able to do the things you care about? Because that's really
quality.
That's ultimately how we sell nutrition to people, right? They're like, wow, I was able to do more work and my body composition changed. What is it you were saying? Give me more of that.
Well, and our feeling on all this technology and tools is we love them and we're users of them, but our sort of general view out into the public is do the basics first.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe wait to spend your hard-earned money on a Doc Pro or Chili Pad until you've at least tried to get 8 hours of sleep. Are you laying in bed for 9 hours to get 8 hours of sleep? Let's do the basics first. And then once you've checked the box on the basics, then it's a time when you can go explore some of this more complicated, optimizing fitness stuff.
I want to call on everyone who, if you're listening to Mind Pump, you're interested in all of this. This is your jam. It's a hobby. You're a dilettante. You're interested. You'll listen to this. You'll listen to your guests and then track them down. But you are an important node in your family because you have family members who are overweight or on blood pressure medicine. And the only person they're going to listen to is you. They're not getting, the physician is not set up for it. The physician has 6 to 8 minutes to help someone untangle a common problem, right? That's incomplete. And so we think that if we can sort of deputize our fitness, health, performance friends to say, hey, look, this is for the neighbor. This book is for my auntie. This is for, the person who I work with. I think we can really start to sort of leverage the potential of all of this experiment that we've all been part of.
What you guys have written is so valuable. It's because you're both really obviously very, very smart people, but for a long time you've worked with everyday regular people. So you know what the books and the literature says, but what works in real life and how to apply it. And if you don't have both of those, it just doesn't work. So